Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Victory Lap of Lothric. We got something a little bit different for you today. Against my better judgment, I stayed at Pontiff, and I equipped the Aldrich Faithful Covenant, and we did some Aldrich Faithful motherfucking invasions at Gank City. It actually went a lot better than I was anticipating. I was anticipating absolutely hating it, and hating my life, and wanting to end it all. But I was quite fortunate. I only got a moderate amount of cancer from the invasions that I had. Let me show you the build I was using, and then I shall showcase the invasions I had. My original plan was just to showcase all the invasions, because I've managed to get over 30 human dregs now, but about 50% of those invasions aren't really worth watching, because it's just me shitting all over solo hosts or ganking them with other Aldriches. So anyway, the build I've been running, Sharp Cartha Showtell. I was really happy with this weapon. It's curved sword, obviously, so we got the sweet curved sword moveset, and it has the good one-handed moveset, unlike the scimitar or like the cell swords and stuff. I hate those small curved sword movesets. This one is pretty fucking good. I think it has slightly less reach and slightly less damage than something like the Cartha's curved sword, but what it lacks in damage and reach, it makes it up for in fucking style. I really love this. I was calling this build sort of the Fallen Dark Moon, so like she was a Blade of the Dark Moon, and she abandoned her covenant to go and fight for Aldrich, and sort of because this blade looked like it's sort of like a crescent moon, I thought that was quite appropriate. And in my offhand, I had the heavy flamberge. I was originally just using the curved sword, but I missed having a great sword, and I think the flamberge sort of really fit the aesthetic of this. I also had the Llewellyn for parrying and a canvas talisman. I attuned force, and I actually got to use it a couple of times. I got to be the bomb and about to blow up, so I was well pleased with that. That's for the sweet faction, most important part of any build. Herald Helm, Pontiff Knight Armour, Silver Knight Gauntlets, Silver Knight Leggings. I wasn't entirely happy with the helmet for this one, but this was sort of the best fit I could get, because I really wanted to use the Pontiff Knight Armour. The Silver Knight Gauntlets and Leggings really fit this as well, because it's all sort of bright and silvery, so I quite like that. For the rings, obviously, because it's my Let's Play character, I don't have all the good rings, but I have got Ring of Favour, Havel, Cartha Smilt Ring, which gives us a little bit of extra dex for damage on the Showtell, and the Claw Anthe Ring, which I usually been swapping out to Silvercap. So the stats, I went up to 29 with my Vigour. I've still got 20 Strength and 20 Dex, 23 when pushed up by the Milt Ring. Obviously not a super efficient PvP build, but I saw some really good success with this. So yeah, enjoy the invasions, people. So for the very first invasion, this was actually the first invasion I got when I slapped on that Aldrich Faithful Covenant, and it was a pretty good one. It was a 2v1 with just one password summon over leveled Phantom, so not completely overwhelming. It was quite manageable, and I have some Aldrich Faithful backup who isn't as skitter called a Bambi. However, the password summon Phantom is using that fucking Crucifix the Mad King with Darkblade on it. This weapon, along with the Split Leaf, is the weapons I am most sick of seeing. I fucking hate that weapon. Not because I think it's overpowered, even though it kind of is. It's just so fucking unoriginal, and like, he obviously googled, OP build, and he googled the fact that Darkblade goes well on the Crucifix of the Mad King, and then he's one of these people that just spams the fucking weapon art over and over again until he runs out of FP. It's just, I hate it. I fucking hate that weapon. It's so boring to see. I would take a fucking Farron meme sword user over this guy in a fucking heartbeat. So anyway, like I said, this was the first invasion I got, and it was sort of, I'd make a lot of stupid errors early on. You see there, he gets me in the full weapon art combo, just because I just ran into him. I don't know what I was expecting to happen there, but obviously I don't have any hyper armor to trade. So I'm just trying to, like I said in sort of previous videos, I'm trying to work on my 1v1 tech and work on my spacing, and this is sort of just me warming up and fucking up. Fortunately, in some of the invasions later, I finally get into my groove with my 1v1s when I get a Phantom on his own. So I'm just looking for an opening at the moment. That's all I can do with this weapon. I have real difficulty with sort of the halberd class up and downy weapons, and sort of finding space to attack them, because they obviously have quite good hyper armor and they've got really good reach. So it's sort of just desperately trying to find room. So he sees that his host is getting shit on by the other Aldrich. and he goes to relieve, he doesn't heal, and he gets backstabbed for it. Unfortunately, I'm not able to point down on him. I would have pointed down so hard and thrown so much poo at his corpse. Look at how many souls he gives me, fucking like 28,000, absolutely ridiculous. And you see the other red who's spawned in, he's just sort of staying out the way, and you know what, that's fine. Yeah, you fucking kill yourself. Absolute scrub. GG. Right, for this next invasion, this didn't bode well for as soon as I spawned in. Like, I see a Dark Spirit has returned home, and I'm like, oh, well, there's another Dark Spirit there, that's rather odd. Okay, maybe they've got dried fingers on. And he's got the Sellsword Windblades there with Dark Moonblade. And I target him and oh look, he's password summoned. So I'm like, oh for fuck's sake. So this guy's obviously, he's ganking with his password summoned friend who he's summoned in as a red, so he can't get attacked by the PvE. And I don't know if he's trying to get me to engage with the host, but I'm like, no, fuck it, I know what you're up to. None of that. And he's parry king, of course. This guy was an absolute fucking scrub. And so I'm going to town on this guy, and this other red, I'm like, oh god, I hope no, he saw it. I was like, fucking please don't attack me. He saw me attacking the other red, and he thought, oh, I better attack the Aldrich, I need to protect my red brother. It's like, no, use your fucking brain, you absolute idiot. This guy's password summoned, you can tell. So I've got both of them attacking me. I hope this fucking red gets absolutely shat on, like, seriously. So I'm trying to bait them back. I need to get to favourable ground. I don't think I'd twig that using force would be a good idea, sort of on these narrow edges. So I'm just trying to do turn and burns and, you know, do as much damage as I can. Get a nice guard break there. Boom. And the good thing about the Shotel actually as well, is it's got natural shield piercing and it does good chip damage. Unfortunately, he clips me as I roll off the edge trying to escape, and he's all smug about it because he's got fucking Dark Moonblade on a curved sword and does like 1,000,000 damage because he's like level 5,000,000 or something. So I instantly invade them back, and I'm like, okay, I recognise that name. Yep, there he is, Mr. fucking Red Boy. Thinks he's hot shit because he's got Dark Moonblade on a curved sword. So I'm like giving him the BM here, and I'm sort of saying, hey, I'm still here. You know, I'm back. Fucking get me, gankers. There you go, Dark Moonblade. I'm sure he farmed those Silver Knights like a good one, and he probably jacked off at the fucking when he finally got Dark Moonblade. Thinks Yorshka is his waifu. Look how much fucking damage that curved sword. In one hit, that curved sword did so much fucking damage. Fuck password summons, fucking right in the ass. But because he's so bloodthirsty, he's an absolute idiot, and he just sort of he tries to chase me down. And it's like, well, okay, if you're just going to try and chase me down, I'm going to R1 spam in your face. And because all he wants to do is get that last hit in, he just stands there in my R1s and gets absolutely diced for it. Get fucked. Piece of scrub, asshole, wanker, cunt. So now it's just me and the host, and guess what this host is going to do? You know that moderate amount of cancer I said I got? It was mostly from this guy. He was absolute fucking pain in my anus, and he would do the whole, you know, run away very slowly and get me to chase him. He'd reaction roll everything, and then when I was getting infuriated, he would turn and burn and do like 1,000,000 damage with his exile. But eventually he sort of decides that, oh, I better go and run back to the bonfire to resummon my red friend, because obviously this is a little too much for me, 1v1. I need to gank with my overleveled friend with Dark Moonblade on a curved sword. Fortunately, I've got a friend here, but when I saw this red and I saw the fucking Great Club, I was like, oh no, please don't be a Bambi. Please don't fucking die and give this guy more Estus, or hit me and kill me. But fortunately, this red guy, he's using a shit weapon for the job, but he's at least smart enough to stay out of my way, which is kind of all I'm asking for, really. I mean, I've got the fucking curved sword here, I can chase this guy down. Yeah, it doesn't stop him trying to fucking swing. Fortunately, I'm quick enough on the button, I can reaction roll his fucking Great Club. And then, obviously, he's trying to summon his red friend, he keeps failing, and so he's just doing the whole run away, turn and burny thing. Just trying to buy time to try and get his little butt buddy into the world. No setup parry for me. Obviously this guy's got a brain cell, so he's not going to fall for that. Yeah, fucked on, son. And then the red finally starts doing some good damage, and he clips him a few times with that great club. Oh god, yeah. Fucking take it. Take that club right up your ass. Spread those cheeks, boy. Prepare for the long shaft of wood up your anus. Unable to summon Dark Spirit. Oh no, I hope he was fucking panicking like shit. Get fucked. Get absolutely fucked. Ganking pile of shit. Take your over-leveled Phantom and do one, will you? I'm sorry if I'm being all salty. I mean, like I said, these invasions went a lot better than I was expecting. However, the only way I'm able to reliably continue to invade a Pontiff is by passing the salt on to others. So this was sort of a reckless play on my part. I saw them. I saw their health bars popping up down here, down by the Crocodiles. It's a risky play me coming down here, because if they beat the Crocodiles and I can't kill either of them, then I'm pretty fucked, because there's literally no escape at that point unless I've got some backup. But fortunately, one of the dogs is still alive whilst I come down here, and I'm trying to capitalise on as much of that as I can. Unfortunately, there's just enough lag and bullshit going on that they're able to dispatch him without me doing too much damage. But fortunately, we've got some backup on the way, so it's just a case of me biding my time and hoping that the Aldrich isn't fucking brain dead and knows enough to come down here and help me. I mean, those two big swinging weapons, one-on-one, you can reaction roll no problem, but when you've got two of them swinging at you at different times, it's like, they might as well just have curved swords at that point, because they're going to fucking clip you at one point. So I try and swap up to the flamberge here so I can get some sort of a bit more meatier turn and burn than using the showtail. And here we go, here's back up, and again, fortunately this guy actually is pretty good. He's not an absolute moron. I mean, I think I play like the moron in this one. He's the actual competent invader. Nice trade there. Tell you what, like I've said before, greatsword weapon art R1 into weapon art R2 is a great bait. Bait them in with a weapon art R1, which is the shield break, and then when they see that you've whiffed and they try and punish you, instantly go to weapon art R2, and you get some good counter damage. I tested this with Amish actually. The greatsword weapon art R2 does not count as thrust damage, annoyingly. So you'll get counter damage, but you won't get like the super bonusy thrust counter damage that you get from like a spear or something. So it doesn't synchronise with the Leo ring, unfortunately. You see, I'm still playing like shit. I'm not getting my spacing right on this guy, and he's sort of doing some good damage with that XL. Just going in for trades. I'm just like, die! Almost get in here with a roll catch, but he rolls twice. Chase down with a showtail. Ooh. Nope, not quite. So the Aldrich managed to get. I saw him get a parry on that white there, and I was like, oh, thank God. If I fail, I know maybe this guy can hold his own against these two. Damn, I've never really used the heavy curved swords before, and god damn it, like, this is such a cool weapon. Like, fucking style points for anyone who uses the showtail. GG, scrub man. Take the shit. So for this next invasion, this one was just a nice little 1v1. This guy was also using the Cartha showtail, so I was really happy about meeting this guy. I was like, because this is such a rare weapon, you rarely see it, because there are a million. It's difficult to farm. Well, it's not difficult, but it's a ball ache to farm, and there are many other better options with regards to curved swords. So I was quite happy to fight this guy. I was like, shall we have a little mirror match with the curved sword? I was like, no, that might be a little too weird. So let's swap up to the greatsword, because I can poise through all of that stuff. This guy was pretty good. He obviously understood spacing, and when he should and should not be punishing. Nice roll catch there. Fucking terrible fashion though. I mean, Fallen Night Helm on the Deacon set. Jesus Christ, what were you thinking, man? And here we go. Weapon art R1 straight into weapon art R2. Get some fucking meaty damage on in there, and now he's just sort of panic rolling for his life. And obviously, I've got a curved sword. Yeah, boy. GG. He doesn't get the point down because I was so pleased with him. He had the Cartha showtail. GG, man. Right, this was another one of those invasions where I was so pleased to sort of fucking nail these guys. You see, there's a load of spells being flung around in the distance there, and they're beating up on some red. They're both the host and the Sunbrewer spellcasters, and they do like a fucking million damage with their spells because they're almost pure spellcasters. And look, he pointed down at that poor red because he had no vigor. I'm sorry, but if you are a dedicated spellcaster and a ganker, you do not get to you do not deserve to point down. Like, you have no right to point down on people when all you've done is stay behind your party and spam Crystal Soul Spear and Great Heavy Soul Arrow at people. Like, that literally takes no skill, and you are literally in zero danger, because the invader is otherwise occupied with the other players. So you doing that, like, at least with melee gankers, they have to actually get in there and, you know, fight. Whereas spell gankers, they just have to sit back and spam their soul arrows. So you do not get to point down. And these guys were absolutely moronic as well. Like, I bait them into so many sort of little ambushes here. Like, I got them in the door, get some nice verticality on him. He's like, oh, no, I can't spam spells at him now. Oh, do it again, yeah. And look how much fucking damage that is, and that's probably like Grey Heavy Soul Arrow or something. So fucking, if this guy had Crystal Soul Spear, he could quite easily like 1 or 2 shot me. Absolute asshole. Shitty fucking spellcaster build, honestly. Get verticality done, scrub. He's like, ree, ree, ree. Where's my backup? Ree. Fucking do one. And for some reason the host has gone off to fight the Irithil slaves instead of helping his friend. He's like, no, I better go deal with the PvE in case he uses those shitty Irithil slaves as backup. Oh wait, my friend is dead. Oh dear, I'm getting slaughtered. Oh dear, I'm dead. Oh dear, I'm being pointed down on. So, get a real build. Fucking hell. Stop using spellcasters in your ganks. It's so annoying to fight. Right, so this next one, oh, this poor guy. This was just a one-on-one. I only keep it in here because I get a couple of nice parries, just to showcase that I can actually use the Llewellyn sometimes on a good day. Yeah, and like the invasions I got at Pontiff were quite a mixed bag actually. Like, it was either like the previous invasions where it's like sort of quite tricky multi-man invasions, or it was a case of literally slaughtering some poor solo host who got invaded by 2 Aldriches and a red at the same time. And it's like, Pontiff invasions can either be the easiest things in the world or the absolute fucking hardest things. And this was one of the ones that was just completely easy, because I mean, I don't want to talk trash about this guy, but I was obviously quite a lot better than he was. And like, you get stuck, and like, imagine if there was 2 of us fight. He was having to fight. Like, this poor guy stood no chance. But yeah, fucking mistaking the repose though. I don't know why people say the R1s on the one-handed R1s on these heavy curve swords are shit, because I really like them. Pretty fucking good. They can roll catch like a fucking champ with those. So GG that guy. Now this one, this was just another 2v1. This guy was. These guys were quite good, or at least the Phantom was, using the Zweihander. And he was wearing the Untrue Dark Ring, so he gets extra fashion points for that. And for some reason they've aggroed the Jon Snows, and they've managed to drag them all the way back to the Pontiff bonfire area. And we got Mr. Red Bro, who seems to have isolated the host. Try and go in and give some support, but I'm like, well, actually that was probably a bad idea. The Red seemed to have it in hand. So we're putting them under a good amount of pressure, because at this point in the fight it's basically a 3v1, because we've got the NPC on our side, and obviously he has no fear. Going to a stupid little force battle there. These guys were prepared, but then again, so were we. So no force montages for us. So just trying to find space and time to deal some damage. And like I said, the guy with his Zweihander was quite good. He was sort of quite good at reaction rolling, and he obviously knew what PvP was about. He kept going for those R2s though, which is rather unusual. Maybe he was trying to throw off my timing. You see, he runs away there. I should have given chase, because I think that gives him an opportunity to... He must have gone up to change rings or something. I should have stayed on this guy. Should have gone for the walk around backstab on that running attack. Not able to get the chase down with the show tail. Yeah, I think I'm definitely sure the show tail has a lot less reach. Well, not maybe a lot, but it has a fair old. You know, its reach isn't as good as something like the Carthage curved sword. I think it'll be a little bit better than something like the Pontiff curved sword though. So, GG. I went to go and cast force over his body to say, "Ha, nice try," but no FP. Unfortunately, Red Bro has bitten it, but do not fear, my red friend. I will avenge you. And obviously, this guy is sort of fresh from panicking over killing the red guy, so he just gets absolutely smushed by me. So GG. Now this was a very, very fun invasion. This is where all my PvP 1v1 try-hard dueling skills all sort of click into place. I'm not, at some points during this fight I felt I was actually channeling B-dubs because I get some really fucking good spacing on this guy. And this guy, he's one of these people who will sit in this sort of big arena here, and he will expect people to duel you. He will put on the dried finger, get Aldriches and Reds to invade, and he will expect you to duel him, even though he has double the amount of Estus and a 30% health lead on him. He has a 30% health lead on you, and this guy was very good at PvP. He was using... I actually, looking back at one of my old videos, I'm pretty certain this was the same guy who was in my invasion dueling video. That little 9-minute video where I fight someone with the exact same setup. He had slightly different armour then. I think this might be the same guy. So he's got the whole quick weapon and heavy weapon in the offhand, and it's an absolute ball ache to fight. It's a very good setup. I mean, obviously I'm using something similar with sword level 90 guy. I'm using the greatsword, and the hand axe. So this first part of the fight, see, I healed, and that obviously annoyed the red, who was like, "Oh no, you have to honour duel the host." Oh, obviously, this... Fuck off, Red. Just fuck off. I do not have to honour duel anyone. I'm an invader. He has, like, literally a 30% health lead on me, and he can chug double the amount of Estus if he really wanted to, and he can call for backup anytime he wants. So I don't have to duel shit, alright? And so he chases me down like the fucking brain-dead idiot that he is, and he gets to be the bomb, and he about to blow up. Whoa, 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 whoa. So anyway, I deal with him, and the host is like, "Well, alright then, fine," and he makes his way back down. And this is when the real duel fight. I was thinking about cutting down this footage, just to sort of like just to sort of like the best moments. But I was really, really pleased with how this fight went, and I felt like I really look at that spec. I was like, "I'm B-dubs. I've channeled him." Obviously, this fight doesn't go perfectly for me, and I cock up several times. But there were some points where I was just so pleased with myself. I was just like, "Damn, man, all that practicing has really sort of paid off." I said, damn it, I said in that video that I was going to practice my 1v1s, and I feel this is sort of like the fruit of my labour. I mean, I guess I can't really tell, you know, how I could, you know, how this guy compares to sort of, he's pissed off with me because I'm basically playing the passive meta and I want spamming when he whiffs. Yeah, sorry, I don't know how this guy stacks up against actual PvPers, like, really good guys, but, like, I felt that this guy was pretty decent. Oh, yes, I healed. Get fucked, man. I don't have to abide by your fucking rules. Get spaced, son. Yeah, it would... Look at him, he was so annoyed at me. I think that's what made this this fight so amusing, is that he was so visibly wound up by me, and the fact that I was just outplaying him, it just made it even tastier. Like I said, this still doesn't stop me fucking up and like charging in and acting all stupid, but like, damn man, I was so pleased with myself. I say I thought I killed him there, so I instinctively go to my gesture menu, almost bite it there. If he had gone for a second R1, I would have definitely died. And see, we're both at low health here, and neither of us particularly want to chug. I think he's got the feeling that if he lets the other Aldriches see him chugging when I'm at such low health, then we'll all go and gank him. So we go into this little throwing knife off. But then the fear of him dying to me forced him to chug, I think. So I'm like, okay, fine, let's just fucking do it. And I mean, you know, the Aldriches are staying back and letting me duel this guy. Well, duel, inverted commas. But, like, why? I really, if this was me, I would just fucking wade in there and help help the Aldrich friend. Like, fuck honour. This is an invasion. Give the little wiggles there. Look at him, fucking scrub. I didn't have the applause, so I gave him the edge. R1. Yes, mate. There are. I know I'm pressing R1 a lot because that's the best way to beat you. So I do go for one R2 there, and it didn't work. So back to R1s. Obviously, I'm not saying that when I say I was channeling B-dubs. I'm not saying that I'm anywhere near that guy's level with regards to dueling. But there were some instances where my spacing was pretty on point, like that. Fucking nice. I was so pleased with myself. I think he was so used to people dying at his feet that he wasn't used to having people shit on him so hard. See, the thing I've learnt about sort of spacing and dueling in this sort of instance is that you're not supposed to roll as much as you would normally do. I mean, because obviously rolling locks you in an animation, and it locks you going in one direction, where you should be spacing them in a way where you could run away from their swings. So you run in, bait them to swing, and you instantly sort of run around to run out of their swing range, and then you run back in and get them with the R1 combo, which is something I've sort of trying to get better at. Because obviously, you know, just rolling backwards when as soon as they swing on you is, you know, that's not going to get you anywhere. See, I swap up to the flamberge here. My feeling was that because he's going sword and board now, maybe he would go a little bit more R1 spammy, but I've quickly realised, no, that's probably a bad idea, because then he'll just passive meta me. And it's weird, sort of thinking about dueling in a sort of try-hard setting. It's sort of I'm watching people like B-dubs play and Revan as well. Sometimes, like, everyone says, like, oh, the passive meta is you know, the best way to play, but those players, especially B-dubs, he plays incredibly aggressively with that curved sword, and it's sort of weird, like, how it sort of comes around where when you're doing invasions and stuff, you play aggressively, and then it comes around to playing passively when it comes to dueling. But then when you get to sort of people who really get into dueling, they go into like full-on aggression mode again. It's very interesting. I think that's the best way you should fight a passive player, honestly, is be aggressive on them, because they're trying to space you. You need to force them into a position where they don't have space to punish you, and by continuously attacking them, that's sort of, obviously you can't play like an idiot. You can't just go around whiffing attacks, but you have to whiff your attack in a way that they can't punish you for it. At least that's my take on it anyway. He's backing up. I think at this point he changes his weapon up to a claymore. I'm really not sure why. You know, having a slow sort of defensive weapon like a greatsword is just going to mean that I can space you even harder than if you had the fucking straight sword and Llewellyn shield. But you know, my guess is that he was getting desperate because these other combos weren't working for him. Oh man, I'm not going to say poor guy, because this guy was an absolute asshole. Get spaced, son. And then 1, 2, and he gives up. Fucking taps out. Get fucked. No jewels for you. go and play fucking For Honor or something. Jesus wept. He deserves more than one poo thrown at him. Then, as soon as I got back to my world, I got some nice hate mail. Something about me being retarded, and I think he called me a motherfucker. So, GG that guy. Thank you very much. That was excellent, excellent fun. So as much as I enjoy playing the passive meta and doing some try-hard duels, it was good to get back to some good old down-home invasions. So we get a nice group match here with this. This red was quite good. I was quite pleased to invade with him. I invaded with him a couple of times during my time at Pontiff, and he proved himself to be quite a valuable teammate, which makes a nice fucking change. I love the last videos Gitter did, where he called these people, like the invaders who were just there to give the hostesses, calling them Bambis. I thought that was so fucking appropriate. But no, this guy was you know, pretty good. He gets the parry there. He gets batted away. So I take the. I can't take the riposte, but I take the backstab for him. Do some decent damage to capitalise on it. So now we got an Aldrich fighting a blue up on the ledge. The white is fighting the red, and I've got the host. And he's doing the whole passive, walking away, but he's got the camera behind him. And then as soon as I get near, turn and burn, turn and burn. But no, stick to your poise weapon. Got my greatsword out. Try and get another force on him, but I get a charge R2 to the face about it. See, the thing, like, I know, understanding the concepts of dueling and spacing and punishing and all that good stuff is useful for invasions and in places like this, where I have the host on his own when his phantoms are like preoccupied or have already died. However, like, unlike in a duel, I'm on a fucking time limit. He has all the time in the world, and you know, he can literally play as passive. He does not have to attack me. Like, we're in a duel, you know, you're kind of bound by, you have to attack each other because one of you has to win. So no matter how passive you play, at one point or another you're going to have to attack. Whereas sort of hosts don't really have to play that game. They can just, you know, not attack at all, be so evasive in order to just wait for more people to come and gank you. So it's sort of the dueling chops that you learn, like spacing and punishing and stuff, they are useful, yes, but you have to remember you still have to play quite aggressively, otherwise you're going to give him space and, more importantly, time in order to get his little butt buddies back in to come and gank you. So now it's got we're all down at Pontiff now. The red and the white have joined us, as well as the Aldrich who's killed the blue, I believe. And so I think, yeah, he was going for that weapon art charge. The annoying thing is, like, as soon as I see someone go for that charge, I'll get my parachute out, and then they'll immediately stop doing it. So it's sort of, I mean, obviously that's a smart thing to do. Get fucking fucked on, Parry King. Get verticality'd. No chance to poo on his face though. Little friend comes and knocks me out of it. Right, so for the last invasion, another one with password summon Phantom, who was probably level 500 or something. So he's fighting the same red again, the guy with the, you know, the jailer mask and the dragon slayer axe. Try and wade in to help him, but I get battered out by that fucking freed scythe. That's another weapon I'm sick of seeing. Oh, the weapon art scythe. And then, I'm a bomb and about to blow up. I'm a bomb and about to blow up. Give him a little wiggle to say, hey, nice one. So now it's time to gank the host. I mean, obviously I don't know this host. I don't know if he was just trying to co-op and he just got all the invaders at once. But he had a password summon friend, so he gets no mercy. He gets no one, you know, I'm not going to sit out. Fuck him. No honour, only death. So those are the invasions I was having for the Victory Lap of Lothric. I hope you enjoyed them, and I'll see you next time, where we'll carry on our exploration and lore of Irithyll.